In the world of music, few partnerships have ever matched the magic of Paul McCartney and John Lennon, the iconic duo behind the Beatles' most timeless songs. Their creative bond wasn't just productive, it was electric. Most of the group's discography bore the now legendary Lennon-McCartney songwriting credit, regardless of how equally or independently each song was crafted. The seeds of this partnership were sown back in 1957 when a teenage Paul met John at a church fete in Woolton. Before long, they began writing songs together at Paul's modest home on Forthlin Road and John's Aunt Minnie's house on Menlove Avenue. These early jam sessions would go on to redefine the musical landscape of the 20th century. In their earliest days, Lennon and McCartney would sit down and write songs side by side. But as the 1960s progressed and their artistic visions began to diverge, they often penned songs individually, still refining and shaping them together before unveiling the final product. The chemistry between them, though evolving, never faded. Music critic Wilfred Mellers once described their dynamic beautifully. Opposite poles generate electricity. Between John and Paul, the sparks flew. John's fiery iconoclasm was tempered by Paul's lyrical grace, while Paul's wide-eyed charm was toughened by John's resilience. Even Lennon, known for his blunt honesty, acknowledged their synergy in a candid 1980 Playboy interview. Paul provided a lightness, an optimism, while I would always go for the sadness, the discords, the bluesy notes, he shared. There was a period when I thought I didn't write melodies, but then I look back at In My Life or This Boy. I was writing melody with the best of them, and what drove them. According to Paul, sometimes the motivation was surprisingly simple. In a resurfaced clip from a 1980s BBC interview with Sue Lawley, McCartney joked about their youthful goals. "We used to talk about writing a swimming pool," he chuckled. "You need a pool? We'd better go and write it." While the early incentive may have been success and a bit of luxury, Paul insisted the heart of songwriting went far deeper. "Even if I didn't get paid for it, I think I'd still do it." That same interview took a solemn turn when Sue asked about John Lennon's tragic death in 1980. Paul admitted he considered stepping back from public life after the murder of his former bandmate and friend. "Oh yeah, not half, yeah, I did. But what's the good? What can you do?" he said, his voice subdued. "You think a lot, you try to work it all out, but in the end, there's nothing you can do." When asked if John's death changed his lifestyle or direction, Paul reflected for a moment and said simply, "No." He believed John, if asked the same question, would have said the same. "You've just got to do what you do, really."